Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Weekly Grind. I'm one of your hosts, Nick.
And I'm one of the other hosts, Nate.
Hey, Nate, how you doing?
I'm doing good. You,
Great.
you know what's real awkward about this right now is we're both looking at the viewers watching.
How are you, viewer? Are you doing well today? How well are you doing? Anyways, hi, guys. We're going to talk stuff. Weekly Grind is the thing, and grinding is what we do. So, news! News! Let's talk about some news. So the big ones of the week, I feel like, are probably like I think the biggest surprise was like Michael Keaton back as Batman. Like this almost seemed like a prank, like an
Yeah.
out of prank, but we didn't get Diablo Immortal out of it. Um, I'm like, I'm still kind of like, how is this gonna work? Michael Keaton, my boy, old as fuck. And then I started thinking, wait a second, what if Michael Keaton is the Bruce Wayne from like Batman Beyond?
So here is now the article we're looking at here comes from Entertainment Weekly. There's obviously a lot of articles that have been going through here, but what I was under the impression. Okay, so this is what's interesting about that because I've seen a lot of people being like, "Oh, Batman Beyond, cool." Keaton is in talks to play Bruce Wayne in Warner Bros. Upcoming movie, The Flash. So here's what's confusing: is days prior there was the whole rumor talks about Jeffrey Dean Morgan reprising his role to play, we assume, Batman Flashpoint, which would be
Right.
Thomas Wayne, which would be awesome. Like, you don't hire Jeffrey Dean Morgan to kill him like a bitch in the beginning of Batman versus Superman. I mean, that just, so it's one of those, I think that they did have plans for that because whenever they first were talking about the Flash movie, it was pretty much like, okay, they're going to do Flashpoint, like, especially with what they did in Batman versus Superman. So that's not to say that, Ezra Miller wouldn't show up to the Batman Beyond timeline and, meet him there. But
Right. Well, and see, I more mean he could be a Batman Beyond type of character. Maybe not exactly Batman Beyond, but essentially that type of character where it is Bruce Wayne, and maybe it's even like he's Robert Pattinson like mentor or something. Like I don't know, but that was just a theory of mine.
I mean, it's definitely one that's valid, and it's thinking about because this kind of stuff I feel like we get a lot of times from Marvel, like, oh my god, you're making our superhero dreams come true. Like, this is a
right,
dream we've been wanting for a long time, and to have Michael Keaton, who is the original theatrical Batman, to be like the old Batman in or old Bruce Wayne, if it is Batman Beyond, is super fucking cool to think about, honestly.
oh for sure. And I mean, back when we were on our like sixth Batman live action Batman, I started thinking to myself, how cool would it be to have like a Crisis of Infinite Earths or something like that, where
Yeah.
we get George Clooney, we get
Yeah. What?
fucking Bale. You know what I mean? Like, how cool would it be if we had something like, even if it was just Bale and Keaton? You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be all of them, but how cool would it be? Because I mean, Kilmer ain't doing shit these days.
Nope.
And when he did Silent Bob Strike or reboot or whatever, he did not look good. My gosh, poor guy.
I
Oh,
mean,
poor.
which, real quick, if you guys share the same sentiment but don't really know, he had throat cancer. Like, he went through a lot of really bad stuff. So I mean, he definitely, it's him and Brendan Fraser are, I think, the main two people they talk about. They both deserve to be like, okay, guys, we understand. Like, you went through a lot. But yeah, what you said with the whole Clooney and all them, it's exactly what we want, and I think what we're gonna get out of Spider-Verse 2. Because that was the big thing after that came out, was it's like, hey, wouldn't it be dope if Holland, Maguire, Garfield, all of them were in this in some capacity, because it's a multiverse. And so I think that's what we're going to get. So it'd be really cool if DC can knock this out of the park, especially because, look, let's be honest, everyone loves the Flash. I mean, because of so with things like the CW Flash coming out,
Okay.
it's made more people be like, oh, hey, like, I see what you can do with this character. And so far they have done a really good job. But Flashpoint, what I guess it's Justice League Flashpoint, the animated film. Of course, the
For the layman and me, what is Flashpoint exactly?
okay. So what Flashpoint is for the layman, like you said, basically in the story, Flash wakes up one day and he's not the Flash anymore, and
Okay.
his life is normal and everything. He doesn't have any powers is the biggest thing.
Doesn't Spider-Man do something like that?
Yeah,
Where it's like
yeah,
he's the one that's Spider-Man or something?
yeah,
Oh no, Doc Ock and Spider-Man switch consciousness. Isn't that
yeah.
it? Ah, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo,
Go on,
no, and
sorry.
that's actually a really good storyline too. But no, in this case, he's trying to figure out. It's like, okay, so what he does is he starts to try and find the other members of the Justice League, so he can, because he's aware like of himself, like he knows who he is, that he's had powers, but he doesn't have them anymore. And so, first thing he does is goes to see Bruce, goes to the Batcave and finds Thomas Wayne, and he then realizes something happens. He ends up helping him getting his powers back. But what ends up happening, and obviously spoilers for the storyline, the Reverse Flash, Eobard Thawne, you probably would have seen the Reverse Flash. Anyway, the Reverse Flash reveals that Barry himself, the Flash, caused what's called the Flashpoint Paradox, because he went back in time and stopped Reverse Flash from killing his mom, which is how he became the Flash, and created a paradox. So he no longer lived and existed in his timeline because he did that action. And so, it's basically because of that, like Superman is, when he landed on Earth, was found by the government and has been kept in a bunker since he was found there, and is just like a skeleton. Basically, they won't let him get sun. Thomas Wayne lives and Bruce Wayne dies, and then Thomas Wayne becomes Batman. So
Nice.
so it's one of my favorite DC storylines of all time, because it's so fucking creative.
Keaton could be Thomas Wayne.
Well, see, that's the thing, is I'm hoping Jeffrey Dean Morgan comes back to be Thomas Wayne. I think.
Oh, now I see what you mean. Oh, okay.
So yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, fucking Negan, being Batman, and he is the Batman.
Batman.
He is the Batman. Like, he is the one that straight up kills people. Like, he uses guns,
gotcha.
and so
Right,
it's
okay.
like, if anyone could play a perfect brutal Flashpoint Batman, it would be Jeffrey Dean Morgan. So, yeah. That was a very long walk, and if you stuck in, I do appreciate that. We'll have some timestamps if you just want to skip to the next story below.
Heck yeah.
But yeah.
Speaking of next story, good segue, Nick. Series X is gonna have their July event. Nate, take it, because you give a shit.
Yeah, so well, I mean, it's one of those, like, there's a couple of Series X and Xbox stuff I thought it'd be interesting to talk about, because we talk so heavy about PlayStation 5, because they were revealing it recently.
And for the record, even though I'm obviously being a little bitch, even though I'm a Sony pony, I love watching everything Microsoft and Nintendo related, because I like seeing the competition. There's been years where Xbox has won E3. Oh, you remember E3? Anyways.
Yeah.
But I do likes it. So even though I'm being facetious or whatever, go on.
Yeah, so with this, there's a video playing here. Let me stop that, because I think it's Cyberpunk. Basically, it's going to be... this is kind of being touted as potentially what PlayStation 5 did. So this article and the rest of them we'll talk about here will come from GameSpot. But this, kind of a brief detail. During the company's July Xbox 2020 event, Microsoft will showcase a series of first-party Xbox Series X games.
They'll show a series.
Yeah, there you go. Including Halo Infinite. Thank God, we're going to see what
this
game is about.
Look, it's Master Chief. He's on a spaceship. Okay, over.
And it's also rumored that this is where they'll also showcase their all-digital version, like they were talking about, which would be Project Scarlet. I think this would be Scarlet.
Project suck my dick.
Yeah. So, this seems, because, timing and everything else, like it's going to be very much, hey, this is our version of what PlayStation 5 did. So
Right.
I'm gonna ask you. I know you don't give a shit, and I know
Mm-hmm.
that you are gonna end up getting the PS5 over the Series X.
Mm-hmm.
To me, because I do pay attention to more to both sides, and I feel like at some point would like to get both of these just because I do miss my Xbox. Um, I don't know what else they can show unless they really tout Infinite as the big ticket item that would take
Yeah.
Thunder away from PlayStation, because Xbox is going to do great stuff this generation, like the whole smart delivery, and they're really doing smart consumer things.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're doing which we are, it's console wars again. I mean, I think it will be for forever. So far, PlayStation 5 knocked it out of the fucking park, showed us
Ooh,
gameplay after gameplay after gameplay. Was it a little canned? Maybe. But, I mean, everything was like, this is in engine on PS5.
for sure, right?
And everything they're doing technically looks like it's knocking it out of the park. So
Mm-hmm.
is Xbox going to just stay relying on, hey, these are the pro consumer things we're doing? Which, if that's the case, that's great. That separates them from PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
But is there anything that you expect or think you'll see from here that'll get you excited about a Series X?
Yeah, that is a hard question because like Halo's cool and all, but yeah, I mean, it's just here's a shooter and you're in space and stuff. It's like nothing really stands out. It's like, oh my god, I have to play this shooter. I mean, there's granted this is kind of after the fact, but there are tons of shooters just like it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can disagree, and that's totally fine. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. If that is what they're banking on, like that is kind of what killed the last generation of Xboxes, is the fact that they really were banking too much on it being this all-in-one box. They were banking on it too much on other stuff, on being digital. Like it's just it was banking on all the wrong things, and having like a 20-minute segment of the show where they're like, hey, you could turn your game console to a cable box. Like no one gives a fuck, okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, like the killer app, I guess, is what you're kind of referring to. Like what could be the killer app? I don't know. Hopefully it's something we don't know about. Because Halo, we know what to expect. And other than, hey, Halo's pretty and Halo you can do stuff in. Yeah, we already fucking know that. Like I honestly don't know if there's anything that Halo can show me that's going to surprise me so much that I'm like, oh, I have to pay even more money because I'm definitely getting the PS5. I have to pay even more money to have another console. Like I don't honestly know what it could be. I hope it's something we don't know about. I hope that all those acquisitions that they got to have exclusives is what they get. Because here's the thing about the PlayStation 5 event. Even though every game wasn't a banger, every game, for the most part, was a game we had never seen before. We've never heard before. We've never heard a rumor before.
Yeah.
Unless you like really got into, like, I'm pretty sure people heard about like Horizon Forbidden West or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure maybe there's somebody who dug through some files and saw Spider-Man Morales or whatever. Miles Morales. Anyways, you know what I'm saying.
No, that was the big one that was unexpected because no
Right,
one.
But my point is that nobody really most, or at least me, I didn't know about any of this. So everything was a big surprise to me.
Yeah.
Everything I had never heard. Now, granted, some of them were indie, so of course I didn't hear about those. But still, like that is one of the things that made PlayStation 5's event so good. The other thing that made it was, like you said, games. Shuei Yoshida, hey, how you doing, buddy? Okay, games. Like it was
a
just
beautiful presentation too.
Fucking wall. And so that's what they need to do. And I think post Malone, post Phil Spencer, Xbox has been way more about, hey, let's show you fucking games. Like, because pre Phil Spencer, that's when they were like, TV.
Yeah.
And now post Phil Spencer, they got off their ass and be like, oh, people don't give a shit. Let's just talk about games. So
Yeah.
So hopefully that means, yeah, we're going to see some stuff. But as far as the most long-winded way to say, I don't fucking know, because I hope I don't fucking know. Because that's going to be the biggest thing. Because
Yeah.
sure, I was surprised by Horizon, but I also kind of knew it was coming. The surprise came that it's coming so soon or whatever. Same thing with Spider-Man. It's like the surprise wasn't that there's another Spider-Man. Of course there's going to be a fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The surprise was, hey, it's coming. Ratchet and Clank was a big fucking surprise because especially since Insomniac's doing fucking bangers with Spider-Man, there being another Ratchet and Clank, yes fucking please.
And it's cool because they're keeping the momentum up for PlayStation, and like I like the fact that they're PlayStation Studio, like a part of the PlayStation Studios.
Oh, I love that. At the beginning of a ton of them to have like PlayStation's logo.
Yeah.
Such a simple logo, but it's like so fanboy of me to just be like, they have their own studio now. Like it's official.
Yeah.
Whereas like it's almost like it's one of those things. It's like, why didn't you have this the whole time, guys?
Well, see, for me, like when in regards to Halo, Halo is a very special game to me, and it's one of those that when Halo, start of the generation of this past, I got a PS4 first. It wasn't until they showed the Master Chief Collection at E3 that I was like, okay, I'm going to get an Xbox One. Like, no doubt about it, I'm going to do it. And I did. Ended up getting stolen, and I got another one later on. But, I ended up eventually selling my Xbox again because I played PlayStation more and I needed the money. But, like, if they come out and show Halo Infinite and it looks like the Halo that I love, that I remember, that's not Halo 5, which was a fucking trash fire, there's a good chance they'll have me going, God, when I can afford it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely on the fence, and I know for a fact I am going to get PS5 without a doubt, because I want to play Spider-Man Miles Morales. I want to play Horizon Forbidden West. Like, they have my money guaranteed. Xbox kind of does.
Right, for sure. And that's just a bunch of Sony Pony's opinions. Let us know yours in the comments down below. Then a real quick one, like you can watch a couple of the Nolan films in Fortnite. The Fortnite thing, you actually brought me to the attention of that. So why don't you go ahead and take care of that real fast?
Yeah, so basically what happened was I got an email from Epic, and they were like, hey, come join the Fortnite summer party movie thing, whatever.
Summer party movie blast.
Movie blah. And so I looked at it, I was like, what the fuck is this talking about? And basically it was, I believe it was scheduled for either last night, the 25th, or today, which is the 26th. But basically, you show up to a certain part on the map where the movie screen is. Or it's like a little amphitheater kind of thing. And for this screening, they were doing Nolan movies at different times. So if you tuned in at one time in the morning, it was either The Prestige, based on where you were at, and of course everything, it was either The Prestige, Inception, or Batman Begins. And the article that we're looking at here from GameSpot is the writer Chris Pereira is talking about basically his experience in Fortnite movie night. And I did not participate in it just based on I was working and I didn't have time to hop into Fortnite and watch a movie. But the idea of Epic doing this is really fucking cool, because it's like you're sharing a multiplayer experience that really we haven't done before, and making it so easy to access. You don't have to have Discord to watch on this server. It's you hop into Fortnite, show up on the map, and we're watching a movie.
Yeah,
like it's really just cool. And it, like you said, it's quick because it's just something I wanted to bring up if you didn't see. And it's again like such a cool idea.
Yeah, maybe now they can do Marvel because they have such a buddy relationship.
And that's another thing with Fortnite is they're buddies with that. I mean, and Nolan just recently showed his trailer for Tenet, I think first in Fortnite. I know he showed it in Fortnite for sure. So yeah, I mean, whoever's their brand ambassador is like on point.
On point.
Real quick, breaking news as of 6 or 7 hours ago: DrDisrespect has been banned permanently from Twitch. That's kind of fucking, huh?
No one gives a shit?
I thought that's what you said.
He'll go to Facebook Gaming. Which that's a whole nother story we didn't even touch on.
No,
Mixer
we really did.
Dying.
Yeah, Mixer is
dead
100%
buried.
dead.
It's on terminal. He has a terminal illness. It's gonna die.
Ninja and Shroud came out on fucking top and was literally like, "Hey guys, just pay me. I'm out."
fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey everybody, we had to kind of re-edit some stuff to get rid of one of the stories that we were talking about, so I'm here to do another proper outro for you. So make sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Please come back every couple days. We have a new video. Been having a lot of fun with this, so sharing really helps us out. It'd be awesome if you could do that. Okay? Alright. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Because I remember what it was. Story.
I know it's happened on the CW series already because they keep fucking referencing in every other fucking episode that my wife's watching. Oh yeah, when the Flashpoint happened. Yeah, the Flashpoint. Who's that guy from like Andy Richter?
Are you talking about Andy Richter, who's from Conan?
Andy Griffin.